Hi, Josh. My name's Dan, and I'm Chantal's father. And she speaks glowingly of you and the things you want to know about South Africa. It seems to me you have a deep interest in our country. I've agreed with her to tell you more or less from what I can remember, about our country and what's happening presently, that you can get a better understanding of it. Now, I was born in 1942 during the war years, and my father and my uncles all went off to North Africa to go and fight in the war. And myself, my second eldest brother, and my youngest sister, we were just at that stage during the war, we were born. And from there on, we moved. Yes, when they all came back from the war, we actually moved to Woodstock. Now, Woodstock was a very multiracial type of town, very close to Cape Town, only a few k's from it. And there, we lived on the slopes of Table Mountain, you could practically say. And Table Mountain was the sort of backdrop to the whole of Cape Town. Very beautiful, actually. We didn't have much money, but we were very happy. And as we grew up, our next door neighbors were colored people, and there was nothing in it. We played with one another. We built go-karts to ride up and down there on that slope, played cowboys and crooks, went down to Woodstock Park. Woodstock it was a lovely park. You could swing there, seesaws, and played a game called Keniki. I won't go into detail, but it was just sort of hitting a piece of stick or something similar. And that was our youth. And then when my father and my mother's brothers came back from the war, they all lived with us. We actually stayed in a place known as Church Square, because in the middle of the square was this massive NG church, and we stayed in a row of houses in front of the church. And from there, my mother used to take us as children to Three Anchor Bay. It's a little beach close to Sea Point, and we had marvelous times there, looking for shells, sea life, swimming. And so what I can say about my youth is that I was most probably a happy child. There were certain things that upset me. For instance, when my uncles came back from war, they blew up balloons, and the popping upset me so that even to today, when I blow up a balloon, I try to stop before I go too far blowing it up. And then my brothers, my family stayed with us, my uncles, or those that didn't came to visit often. Those days, the family was a family. Today, we've drifted so far apart. My son staying in Malaysia, Chantal in Hopefield, me in Paul, which is quite a few distance from one another. But we're coping. And then at that time, the United Party was the majority party. And under them, there was no problem at all. We could mix. As a matter of fact, I think my mother had a maid, Maggie was put in charge of us, and she could give us spankings when we needed it. And we grew up with her children, played around, and oh, it was just wonderful. And but then at a certain stage, the storm clouds started gathering on the horizon when the National Party took over. They won the majority vote, and this was a strictly Afrikaner nationalism led by the Dr. D.F. Malan. And from then on, things started to develop that at that young age I didn't quite understand, but my mother understood it, and that prompted us at last to move out of Woodstock. But I'm going to leave it at this stage here, and then I'm going to do it, as I said to Chantal, in episodes, and then from when the storm clouds started gathering, I'll take it from there. But you have a good day, Josh.
Come on.